Ever think of how a story changes if it started you? This is a story often told about faith and the belief that God will provide. But have you ever thought about how traumatizing this was to Isaac? This is the story about one very brutal fact. Sometimes the people who love you will tie you up and say it's for God. Okay, so in case you forgot the story of Abraham and Isaac, God, he promised Abraham a son. His son Isaac isn't born until Abraham is 101 years old. People in the Bible lived very long, lived some very long lives. His wife was having a baby at 100. God save me from that. So Sarah had to wait 101 years to have her son, and then Abraham just took her son into the wilderness? That's crazy. His son, Isaac, isn't born until Abraham is 101 years old. God tells Abraham to sacrifice his son in order to prove his faith. Wait, they're talking. Isn't that faith in God? What more do you need to prove that you have faith in God? He's literally talking to God. Like God is answering. They're having a full conversation. Have faith. Of course he has faith in God. Abraham, he does what God demands. On the way to the altar, Isaac is like, but where is the lamb? Where is the animal? And Abraham just says, God will provide. Then Abraham, he goes all the way. He binds Isaac's hands and feet, and then he puts him on the altar. He raises the actual knife. And then God is like, wait, kidding. You don't have to kill your son. I know that you have faith in me. A ram shows up. They sacrifice the ram instead of Isaac. And everyone acts like this is okay. Like the story is done. What? Not if it starred me. If it starred me, I would be on. What I mean is, this kid was awake. He was aware. He knew what was going on. He knew that they were going to sacrifice something, but there was no animal. Only thing there to sacrifice was him. Isaac is aware that his father is willing to murder him in order to prove his faith to God. So no, all is not well. Because how do you ever trust your father ever again? I mean, if we're going there, we have to ask, how do you trust God? God was going to have you killed to prove someone else's faith. How do you trust him ever again? Abraham should have put the poor boy to sleep. That way, Isaac would never know. This was a test between God and Abraham. Why does Isaac have to know? Knock him out, Abraham. What the hell? Okay, so what would you do if your father almost sacrificed you for God? Forgive and move on? Or never be alone with your father ever again?